Thank you for joining us, Dr. Hassan Sadiq. Sir, there's a trending video online as we speak, talking about Seyi Tinubu trying to shake hands with the Pope. What's your reaction to this?
Thank you for having me. Seyi Tinubu in the first place did not even make any attempt to have a handshake with the Pope, because before the arrival of the visitors and the Pope, there are protocol which list of the head of state and the president of the nations that are on invitations who has been sent forward. Those are the numbers of people who will now be allowed to have a handshake with the Pope. But the entourage of the Mr. President that move into the Vatican, they are not the one to have a handshake. There's no accessibility for that, but they will be behind with the president. So Seyi never make any attempt because his name was not part of the name sent to the Vatican. It is only the president, Ahmed Tinubu, that the name is sent, like every other president of any other nations. So people who are making such statement on social media is just, how would I put it, that maybe they just look for certain things to say, or because of the actions of Seyi being with his father in most cases. So Seyi never make any attempt, because the video, I watch it, there was nowhere Seyi is stretching his hand where Pope refused or the security agency cut him off, before people can now come and said, Seyi never allowed to have a handshake with the Pope. No, his name was not among the name, and he never make attempt to do that. So the security agency did not cut him off.
Well, I stand to be corrected. I think this is the first time since we started having, since the advent of democracy, when we started having a democratic president. This is the first time we are seeing president's son going everywhere with the father. Do you agree to this?
Yes, we can say it's the first time, because it's the first time of its kind to me. Why I say so? In the previous, how many presidents that their son or their children come out during the process of campaign that went out there to campaign for their father before they assuming the office? Seyi is one of the presidents. In 2023, Obi's son was not among those who campaigned for his Obi. Atiku's son children did not do that. It is only Seyi, even other presidential campaign candidates, they did not, their children did not come out. It is only Seyi who was out there campaigning for his father under the auspices of City Boy movement, where the youth are being galvanized to give a large vote for his father. So that is why he also now has onus on him to have that, which in the previous, as I've said, no any president candidate that the children do that. Now there's something that is peculiar about Seyi and his father. Seyi and his father are what I call blood security. Blood security in the sense is that during the 2015-2014, when before Buhari emerged, there were attempted suicide in Kaduna State. Maybe people have forgotten. Then during the time when he had been sworn in, there were where Buhari was sick for almost a year, where people even said he's dead or alive. Now you could see, in terms of what we call blood security, Seyi being with his father one-on-one, it added into the security of the president, which make it more safer, because he is ready to give anything for the safety of the president. I think Nigeria is supposed to appreciate the kind of a son, first son, we call it first son, of a president who deemed fit that to make sure the safety of the president anywhere they go to, either outside the country or whatever, to make sure the president is safe. Today we've not have a security report from our security agency. I'm not indicting them, but Nigerians need to know what happened at that time during Buhari, before he became the president in 2015. The suicide bomb attempt, who caused it, who are the people? Because those who are close to him are supposed to know. They are the one during that time, they know his movement and everything before such incidents happen. When he's sick, what happened to him? Once in the social media, people will tell you the man was is a poison. Who poisoned him? Who was with him? What happened to him? Because when you emerge as a president, you are not only for the family, you are a president of the nations. We need to know. There's no secrecy. So the actions Seyi is pulling today is a blood security to the president of the Federal Republic. So a lot of Nigerians who don't know, why do we, who are security experts, now have that confidence that yes, being his son, part of the security and everything, he give a greater and a better security of our president.
Okay, sir. Recently, this same thing, Seyi Tinubu was accused by non-presidents that he was being beaten. Seyi organized some set of people to beat him up because he refused to collect 100 million naira to campaign for ahead of 2027 general election. Do you think it was just a mere accusation? He did not do it.
Well, Nan's issue are dynamic, especially in our context, because sometimes they do try to play politics. If such actions happen, what we needed to show is a clear evidence of who beat him, who, and the money that shows as at the time such amount of money is being given to him and rejected it. If this cannot be proved, it might be a mere allegations. So, to me, we are not discarding that allegations, but before allegation can be tenable, there must be a very valid evidence to prove, because when you talk of 100 million, that is not a small money. So, who give you the offer? Is it Seyi? How did they want to give it to you? Is it by cash? There should be a trace of such allegations. Then you can now be able to come that certain offer was given to you on the basis of this. Now, we need to understand that Seyi is a youth who has mobilized youth into governance, politics, and all that. This is why in most cases, when you talk of a youth, his name is always come up. It is one person who has been able to make sure, if you look at these administrations, most of the youth who are in government today, either a minister or a DG of a processor, is because of the involvement of Seyi that now led to why a lot of youth are having opportunity to be in governance today. So I think to a large extent we should appreciate that if we have a president's son who deemed fit to mobilize the youth, and at the end of the day making sure that government recognize the youth, so that the youth can be able to have a focus, and youth leadership should be able to entrench in our governance, is a good thing. Because in Nigeria, you hear that the youth are the leaders of tomorrow. Now, when is it going to be? So if we have a son president who has been able to do that, I think he deserves to be accolade instead of the way social media are looking at it and all that. What Seyi has done today in terms of mobilizing the youth, who today in terms of governance, either party structure, I think no any president's son who has been able to do that. So that is why I said he deserves a lot of accolade based on his involvement in governance.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.